I look at the life that I have as a blessing because of the people that I have in it.
That's right.
Having a support system as my family, having a support system like my brother and Taylor and all my friends that I've known since I was in fucking preschool, and we were rock bottom each other on the fucking recess.
My babies, just like, you know, you, Jason, and like one day you'll know, Trav, babies are everything. That's it.
It is 100%.
You know,
100%. It takes it the moment the first one pops out. It's like, okay, my entire like hierarchy of priorities is completely shifted.
Just like that.
In an instant. Seriously, it's crazy. You'll see, Trev.
You'll see.
Crazy.
And I will say it has gone up a level since Taylor has come into the picture, because she loves to bake.
Get that sourdough, those Pop-Tarts.
She got sourdough Pop-Tarts, sourdough cookies. I mean, it goes on and on. She loves to make cinnamon rolls. So I'm not gonna lie. I used to look at your cheat meals as like, man, at least I'm not cheating that crazy.
Dude. Well, wait.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I've been following this Big Bear's footsteps my entire life, man. I went to Cincinnati. I followed him into the football world, then went to Cincinnati. Then we both got drafted by Andy Reid. I've just been following his footsteps everywhere I go, man.
Everywhere, man.
He's paved the way for me to make a living my whole life.
You passed me a long time ago, Trav.
Paving the way for so many. Trav, I got one question for you, and the question, I was thinking about this earlier, the question about pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You will go down as one of the greatest of all time. And everything you got going on. But by the way, congrats to your girl on the weekend, or the crushing weekend she has. Is awesome.
Life of a showgirl.
Life of a showgirl. My daughters are listening to the album now. It's very cool. Well, pressure, not only pressure as a professional athlete, especially once you become the greatest on the planet, and the pressure to go back there, because now there's no, if you don't win that and become the greatest and you don't become Super Bowl champions, then it's like us at Miami. If we didn't win the national championship, all right, that's our season's a failure, really. It doesn't matter what our record is. Yep. How do you handle that kind of pressure? Because you have the pressure of a pro athlete, which is fucking insane. But then the pressure of being in the spotlight, in another kind of spotlight that's so big. Is there a thing? Did you notice a shift? Did you feel a shift?
I definitely noticed a shift, but I'm not going to lie, man. I've been so blessed, so fortunate. Mm-hmm. My love for this game and my like attention to detail and the scrutiny I have on myself has been more pressure than anybody could put on me. And I've just always loved to find that answer, find the reason why I'm not having success, find the reason why I lost on this rep. So the year in, year out, I feel like the only thing that I really got to like channel is just my energy for that day. You know, the attention to detail, the focus, the professionalism, that's always going to be there. But how am I coming into work? Am I coming into work enjoying what I'm doing? Is that infectious? Is that going to make the guy next to me want it just as bad as I do? Is it going to make the guy next to me, you know, go that extra mile when he sees me going the extra mile? You know, how can I make this team better from the inside out? And I think that's one of the biggest things, that's how you kind of handle pressure of the outside world, is to just grind your fucking tail off inside. And I was saying I've been blessed in terms of all the other pressure, the worldwide pressure and everything. Is I've been so blessed to have the love. I look at it as a blessing, but I look at the life that I have as a blessing because of the people that I have in it.
That's
having a support system as my family, having a support system like my brother and Taylor and all my friends that I've known since I was in fucking preschool, and we were rock bottom each other on the fucking recess.
Do you have any idea how many times we got called to the principal's office, rock bottoming people in their freaking wood chips? Jason Kelce in the principal's office. Jason Kelce in the principal's office.
But I feel like when you got that ecosystem, and I've been so fortunate to have that ecosystem my entire life. You know, my family's been there for me every step of the way. My friends have been there for me every step of the way. And that pressure, that outside pressure, doesn't feel as, you know, tough when you have all that at the house.
When you have
exactly, it's not as scary. I don't have to think about how the world's viewing me, because the people around me and the loved ones around me know exactly what's real. And you always got to separate that reality from the tabloids and the worldwide media that's, has to talk about it and is going to find something to say about it more than what's real and how you're living your life.
Man,
for sure.
So the noise, it's the home anchor that allows you to block out all the noise.
Yeah.
Man,
and the fact that I get
that.
to do something that I love, you know, that'll always kind of, I think I'll have to find that fulfillment that you guys were just talking about. I actually want to ask you that same question.
Yeah, I was about to say,
DJ.
throw it right back at him. I mean,
you're stepping away from the WWE full time. Like that was such a huge part of your life.
It was at the height of like wrestling, like in worldwide. I felt like the Attitude Era was just peaking, and you step away and go into acting. What was that like? Did you find fulfillment right there in the same way?
No, not in the same way. I thank you. That's such a good question, man. There's nothing, just like you guys with the football field. You line up, you put your hands in the dirt. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like getting in the ring, and there's 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 people. You could connect with them. You could tell a physical story from beginning to end. There's nothing like that. I love it and I miss it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I had the voice. There was just, hey, there's more. You could stay here and do what you love, or you could get out of this zone, which is comfortable. And by the way, I get it. We know that. Like when you're in a comfort zone, it's called comfort zone for a reason. It feels good.
Yeah.
But especially if everything is going well and everything is aligned and you're paying bills and everything is going well. But there was, I wanted to grow. That's it. I really wanted to grow, and I wanted to do more, and I wanted to challenge myself in ways that I hadn't been challenged. I'd not been to Hollywood. I didn't know shit about Hollywood other than, well, I love movies and I'd love to make movies. I'd love to test myself. And so in 2004 was my last WrestleMania, and I quietly tried to, as much as I could, just quietly transition and step away. And that was scary because, as you were saying, like I was lucky enough to, I was on top.
Yeah,
it was like Jim Brown, like, I think I'm gonna,
that's a great reference.
No doubt.
like Jim Brown, you know, he's like leading the league in yards, and he's like, hey, I'm going to go to this other thing and challenge myself.
The face of it,
He was the face of the league, and that's what I did. So it was scary at first, but ultimately, you know, I realized like it's scary and it's okay. You know what also helped, and I was really lucky about this, is I was doing okay in terms of money, and I wasn't chasing the dollar. And I wasn't like, hey, I'm fucking starving here and I have $7. Like those days were behind me. So it's like, I don't have to worry about that. And then I could just concentrate on acting and acting coaches and my first role in Hollywood as a leading man wasn't, hey, here's a small little independent role. This is Scorpion King franchise.
We're going straight to Blockbuster, baby. Come on now.
We're going straight there. It's sink or swim, you know, your baptism by fire. So I was really fortunate that, you know, I kicked off my career in that way.
Well, you built up a legacy ready for that to kick off. And that's hats off to you. That had to be a daunting decision, but you nailed it, brother. And I got you this. You said earlier, your dad did not encourage your wrestling career, very much was mad at you. Your daughter recently now with NXT as the on-screen GM. Are you supportive of this? Where do we stand as dad this time?
You know, what happens is like, you know, we're in control of where the dominoes stop falling.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in my world, you know, while my dad didn't approve at first, and we got into a massive fight, and, you know, we had a complicated relationship, my old man. But, you know, I was in control of where that domino was going to stop falling. And with my daughter, Simone, she's my oldest daughter. Like you, I'm a girl dad. I have 3 daughters, 24, 9, and 7, all different age ranges. You'll get there, Trav, soon. You'll see the blessings.
That's right.
And but with my daughter, man, I was so proud. But here's the cool thing. When she came to me, and she came to me at 16 and said, I want to do what you do. I love this business just like you do, and I want to do it at 16. So she became the youngest WWE signee at 16.
Whoa.
She was going to NYU. She gave me a call, me and her mom, and she said, I want to pivot a little bit. I'd like to go directly into WWE NXT and start training down there in Orlando. And You don't have to ask me twice. I'm like, okay, hey, I got you. But here's the great thing. The most beautiful thing about this is I never got that call from her. I never got the call like, hey, Dad, I want to do what you do. Can you call WWE? Can you call Vince McMahon at that time? Could you call Nick Khan? Could you call somebody? Never once did she ask me, could you make that call? She was just like, I want to do what you do. I want to blaze my own path. I want to call myself Ava Rain, not, The Rock something or anything like that. She was like, I just want to do it on my own. I love you. I respect you. And I was like, baby, listen, I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to make it on my own. My grandfather was a wrestler. I was like, your great grandfather and your grandfather were wrestlers. So I love that you want to do it on your own. And I'm here. I got your back. And so she's been doing a great job, and I keep tabs on her. And, she was born when I was 29. And if you think about it, at that time, we know as dudes in our 20s, we think we know what we're doing. We don't know shit. We're just trying to keep up, and we're trying to make it look like, hey, we're good. We got, under control. So it was almost like her and I grew up together. And, these days, her being in the wrestling business has actually brought us closer together. And that to me is the biggest joy, man, because my babies, just like, you, Jason, and like one day you'll know, Trav, babies are everything. That's it.
It is 100%, 100%. It takes it the moment the first one pops out. It's like, okay, my entire hierarchy of priorities is completely shifted.
Just like that.
In an instant. Seriously, it's crazy. You'll see, Trev. It's crazy.
I appreciate your time up to this point. We got one last segment for you,
all right,
Big Dog. It's called We Gotta Ask, but you don't have to answer. You can tell us to just fuck off if you don't want to answer this.
I'll answer it all.
But we gotta ask, man.
Look, I've been drinking tequila the whole time. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Dude, you got some of the best tequila around,
Come
man.
on, brother.
No doubt. Yeah.
All right, so we almost used Jabroni as a nickname for fans of this show. Do you own the word Jabroni?
I do not own the word Jabroni. I think it's just out there. I own the name The Rock, not Jabroni. No, but wait. I might own that because I own everything.
You might own it.
Associated with The Rock. Like, it doesn't matter if you smell. So I might. I know that. Let me give him props. The Iron Sheik he made that word.
He made it?
He made that word famous.
What?
So he used to, especially in the locker room, this jabroni is that. This jabroni is that. So he would call people jabroni. So that's where I got it from. I always got to give him flowers. But it's really cool. It's actually in the Webster's Dictionary. And I get the credit for it, but it's really the Iron Sheik.
It's really the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
A lot of people were asking me because I said it on after we won one of the AFC championships. I got on the mic and called the Cincinnati Mayor Jabroni for calling us out.
I know you did. I know you did. I was like, yeah.
Let's go! I've been waiting my whole life to get this mic, you jabroni. I had a lot of the by mom's friends or dad's friends or just like people in the building were asking, like, what's a jabroni exactly? Like, if you don't know, you're probably a jabroni.
You don't want to be called a jabroni.
What is the greatest rock insult of all time?
The greatest rock insult of all time is, okay. What's your opinion? Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
It's got to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Right?
All right. Got to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, The Rock, now I'm speaking as The Rock. Well, The Rock says, you take your opinion that it's got to be the Kansas City Chiefs. You take your opinion, you roll it up, but that's right. You know what's coming. You roll that something, you turn it sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass. That was a crazy insult. I remember those guys at WWE at that time. That was like,
your candy ass.
Where did it? They were like, where did this come from? And I remember saying, well, telling somebody to stick something up their ass is, that's an insult. But when you turn it sideways, when you turn your opinion sideways, it's a whole different thing.
So good.
Dude.
God dang, that's good.
How did you feel the first time you walked into an arena and you saw little kids like quoting The Rock? What was that first feeling like when you saw it? Because you already know that the wrestling world is wide range of everyone, just like a lot of the sports world. But there's something when you get the kids behind you that it's some of the most fulfilling stuff, and just see them going crazy. But when you started seeing them quote some of the things you were saying, like how was that feeling?
Oh, there was nothing like it, because you realize if the kids are quoting what you're saying, then they're saying that on the playground.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if they're saying that on the playground, then it's awesome for you. You know they're getting in trouble. They're getting called to the principal's office. It was amazing.
You used to post ridiculous cheat meals on your social. We got a few of them here. Pancakes stacked mile high. Did you actually eat these, or these just like kind of like messing around, having fun on Instagram?
No, I take a shot at it, and I try to try to eat everything I can, man. But that's, the cheat meals, I feel like. Well, let me ask you guys this: do you guys have a cheat day? Like, is it Sunday or maybe
today's it? Yeah.
Oh, so it's a day before you play.
So it's 2 days before. So it's Friday.
Fat Guy Friday.
It's Friday. Yeah, Fat Guy Friday.
Trav's playing Monday.
You weigh in on Friday morning.
Yeah. So we would call it Fat Guy Fridays, and that's your day to just unload.
Okay, but wait, I got a question, man. So, Jace, give me your Fat Day Friday. What's your cheat day look like?
My cheat day is I'm going in there after practice, the Fast Fridays. You're going in there right afterwards into the cafeteria. I'm getting wings, as many as I can put on a plate, blue cheese, each and every different flavor, pizza, and then I'm going to finish it off with some ice cream. That's my just stereotypical. That's what I had every
wings
Friday.
And pizza. He inherited that from his father.
Wings and pizza. So playing on a Sunday, so you have 48 hours approximately, or 36 somewhere in there, to burn that off. So wings and pizza and beer. Not beer, but you got it. Okay.
Well, that too.
Yeah. And then Trav,
caloric intake. I'm going, so mine starts as soon as I weigh in the mornings. Gosh, I'm still playing, so I don't even know if I should be telling everybody.
I forgot about the donuts. Friday morning.
No, I was about to say, so every Friday the QBs go and get donuts, and shout out to Lamar's Donuts. It's a historical donut shop here in Kansas City. And I see that yellow box, man, and I just go in and I get two nice fluffy glazed donuts.
Fluffy glazed.
Yeah, and that's just where I start, like, before practice. And then once practice ends, I usually grab some barbecue and just enjoy it. But I throughout the week, I'm pretty like
you're strict also. Yes. But also look, you're the GOAT, so you don't want to give away what you're eating right now, right?
And I will say it has gone up a level since Taylor has come into the picture, because she loves to bake.
That sourdough, those Pop-Tarts.
She got sourdough Pop-Tarts, sourdough cookies. I mean, it goes on and on. She loves to make cinnamon rolls. So I'm not gonna lie. I used to look at your cheat meals as like, man, at least I'm not cheating that crazy.
Dude. Well, wait, what's interesting is, so you guys don't have cheat days after your games.
I mean, after the game, you're usually pretty free eating. At least I was.
Yeah.
Like right after the game, I'm going to eat whatever I want now that I just played.
But was that as ceremonial as your Fat Guy Friday, or
not usually? Because the day, like right after the game, was never always going to the same spot. Whereas like Fat Guy Friday, you always are in the building. Yeah. So like you and your teammates, like
kind of catch that routine of it.
I forgot to say, like we would always, I think it's Baylor's Donuts in Philadelphia. And then the calf would always have certain food there. So that was more the ritual of the cheat meal. And then after games, you're going out with family. If they're in town, you're doing whatever. But yeah, you're usually pretty loose with what your intake is as well.
Taylor Swift ignited the week with thrilling revelations on Good Morning America, stunning fans worldwide. On Monday, October 13th, the 35-year-old Opalite superstar announced the release of 2 groundbreaking Disney Plus projects tied to her iconic Eras tour. The first, The End of an Era, is a 6-part docuseries diving deep into the creation, influence, and unstoppable force behind the global tour that redefined music history. A press release promises a raw, emotional journey inside Taylor's world as she navigates fame, creativity, and the passion that electrified millions across continents. The first 2 episodes drop on December 12th, followed by new installments every week, keeping fans hooked. That same day, Swift will debut Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, the final show, a breathtaking live recording of her last performance on December 8th, 2024 at BC Place Stadium in Vancouver, Canada, a cinematic celebration of love, legacy, and the end of a musical era that will echo for generations. The filmed concert will showcase electrifying performances from Taylor Swift's latest masterpiece, The Tortured Poets Department, a dazzling addition absent from her first Eras tour film since the album hadn't yet been released. Once again, she's rewriting history. Taylor Swift, the unstoppable force, has shattered global records with the biggest album debut ever, surpassing 4 million units in mere days. And now, anticipation surges as Good Morning America teases a massive exclusive announcement, promising fans an inside look at what's next for the Queen of Reinvention. She's at it again, the show declared in a Sunday, October 12th preview on X, igniting speculation across the internet. This revelation follows closely on the heels of her 12th studio triumph, The Life of a Showgirl, released October 3rd, a cinematic and emotional journey into fame, femininity, and power. The launch was celebrated in grand style with AMC's official release party of A Showgirl, where fans experienced immersive lyric videos and the world premiere of the mesmerizing Fate of Ophelia music video, leaving audiences breathless and hungry for more. The album didn't just make waves, it rewrote the rulebook, smashing records before and after its release, and claiming the title of Spotify's most streamed album in a single day on October 3rd. Yet, even amid the frenzy, fans remain eagerly on edge, waiting for Taylor's version of her self-titled debut and the legendary 2017 Reputation album, complete with long-lost vault tracks. Ever since the pop powerhouse began reclaiming her legacy by re-recording her first 6 albums, after Scooter Braun's controversial purchase of her masters in 2019, each release has felt like both a victory and a revolution. When Swift finally regained ownership of her masters in May 2025, it marked a defining moment in music history, but also raised the burning question: what's next? With her signature candor, Taylor confessed, I know. What about Rep TV? Full transparency. I haven't even re-recorded a quarter of it. She revealed that Reputation was so specific to that time in my life that every attempt to revisit it has felt like reopening a chapter too raw, too powerful, and too personal to simply recreate. All that defiance, that longing to be understood, while feeling deliberately misunderstood, that desperate hope, that sharp edge of shame, snarl, and mischief, Taylor confessed in a deeply personal statement shared across her social media at the time. Reflecting on the emotional weight of her past work, she continued, to be perfectly honest, Reputation is the one album from those first 6 that I thought couldn't be improved upon by redoing it. Not the music, not the photos, not even the videos. So, I kept putting it off. Yet, she offered a glimmer of hope to her fans, teasing that there will come a time for the unreleased Reputation vault tracks to finally hatch. Taylor then revealed she has already re-recorded her debut album entirely, and that she's fallen in love with how it sounds now. As for both her first record and Reputation, she promised they'll have their moment to re-emerge when the timing feels right. If it happens, she concluded, it won't come from sadness or longing for what could have been. It'll be a celebration, pure and fearless, the way it was always meant to be. When Taylor Swift's major Good Morning America announcement was first teased, fans immediately flooded social media with speculation, convinced the pop powerhouse was gearing up to announce another world tour. However, Swift quickly set the record straight, revealing that it might be some time before she steps back onto the road. While promoting her latest album during an October 3rd interview on BBC Radio 1, the same day her record dropped, the superstar confirmed she had no immediate plans for another tour. The revelation arrived less than a year after she closed out her monumental Eras tour, a history-making global phenomenon that shattered records with over $2 billion in ticket sales. Swift performed her final show in December 2024, marking the end of what she called the most thrilling chapter of her life so far. Reflecting 10 months later, she shared heartfelt gratitude with host Greg James, calling the experience an absolute honor, and giving credit to her fans for transforming each performance into something that surpassed even her wildest expectations. I knew it was absolutely surreal, something beyond anything we'd ever experienced, Taylor confessed, her voice carrying a mix of disbelief and nostalgia. I've been with my band and crew for years. They're my touring family, and none of us have ever lived through something like that, she reflected, her words painting a vivid picture of unity and exhaustion. Yet, despite the magic, Swift was candid with BBC's Greg James, admitting she wasn't ready to embark on another tour anytime soon. "Honestly, I'm so tired just thinking about it," she said with a soft laugh. "If I do it again, I'd want to do it really well. And right now, I'm just good." With The Life of a Showgirl freshly released, Swift's focus is already shifting to another monumental chapter, her upcoming wedding to NFL superstar Travis Kelce. The couple, who announced their engagement in August 2025, are now preparing for what could be the most anticipated celebrity wedding of the decade. During her October 9th appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers, Swift hinted that as her album campaign wraps, she's finally ready to dive heart-first into planning the next great love story of her life. As release week winds down, Taylor's focus is shifting from chart-topping success to a new chapter of love and commitment. We're toward the tail end of the release week, and I think it's about time I start thinking about this, she told Late Night host Seth Meyers, who couldn't resist offering heartfelt advice and a few lighthearted warnings to the bride-to-be. Though still in the early stages of planning, Swift and Kelce's wedding already has the world buzzing, especially after American Idol host Ryan Seacrest publicly volunteered to officiate their ceremony. According to an exclusive insider, Taylor is finally ready to slow down and savor this moment. She's been laser-focused on her career for so long. She's not exaggerating when she says she's exhausted, the source revealed. Now, she's genuinely excited to plan the wedding of her dreams. Beyond the glitter of fame, Swift is also taking time to stand by her fiancé's side, supporting Travis Kelce both on and off the field as they prepare to step into forever together. On Sunday, October 12th, Taylor Swift made a dazzling return to Arrowhead Stadium, her energy radiating through the crowd as she cheered for Travis Kelce during the Kansas City Chiefs' thrilling 30-17 victory over the Detroit Lions. The superstar's presence lit up the stands. But what truly caught fans' attention was the heartwarming sight of her sitting beside Kelce's parents. Donna and Ed Kelce sharing laughter and genuine connection that felt straight out of a love story. Adding to the star power, WNBA sensation and passionate Chiefs supporter Caitlin Clark joined them, making the moment even more unforgettable. As cameras flashed and fans roared, Taylor's support wasn't just romantic. It was iconic, marking another headline-making chapter in her and Travis's ever-evolving picture-perfect love story.